G'day and welcome back to Human Ransource Machine, where we are programming. Like, not really, conceptually programming. We're actually programming. This is assembler with a different skin. And it's very limited assembler, but it's assembler. But it's fun, so gonna keep doing it. Haha! Positive attitudes were determined to increase productivity, and are now therefore mandatory. Smile! Management is watching! Send each thing from the inbox to the outbox, but if it's negative, first remove its negative sign. Okay, so inbox. If negative, do stuff. If negative, and this is the bit where I feel like I'm missing something. So inbox, if negative, move back to the top. But no, I always want to treat these as ifs, but it's always talking about how you should be going back, so I think I'm doing something wrong. Maybe this is the problem. Alright, so what we want to do now is, if it's negative, copy to 0. Then sub 0, sub 0, and then we outbox. And then we go back to the start. What? Oh, wait. 5. Oh. I did that totally wrong. If negative, that says to outbox it. Whereas if negative, we want this. Otherwise, we want outbox. So how do I do this without just going that? Inbox, if negative this, but so we do that. What if I do this, actually? Because if it's negative, then we repeat. And it will be positive at the end. This seems really inefficient, but it uses fewer commands, which is totally a thing that we care about, right? That is such a terrible solution, but it doesn't use many commands. Yeah, see? Yeah, and you can see that it does badly on speed. But what if the very first time we come here, go straight to the check? Feels really weird to have that extra jump. And that gives us 8 commands. But my loops are bad because I've got double things. I mean, that just significantly increased speed. Right. Okay. Anyway, we have our efficiency. Let's check the exclusive lounge. Yes, I've always felt most comfortable with nice, cold, logical decisions. Emotional decisions are for the weak. For each 2 things in the inbox, send a 0 if they're the same. Send a 1 if they're different. Repeat until the inbox is empty. Okay. So what you do is you want to take the 2, subtract one from the other. If it's 0, then wait, if they have the same sign. If they have the same sign, so you're checking if they're negative. Both positive or both negative. The question is, what does 0 counter? As in the scenario, I'm going to assume positive, but we'll see. So you get the first one. If it's negative, we want to put a 0 in. 0 to the same sign. So yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll put negative in. Yeah. Inbox. If it's negative. Copy from. No. Yes. 4. It's a 0. So it gets a 0. If it's negative, that doesn't make sense. So if it's negative, we store a 0. Then we get the next one. And if it's negative, we want to add a 0. Right. Else, we're skipping this thing. What do we want? Oof. Head. No, like... Wait, because what we want is we want 2 items, right? Inbox, copy 2. 0. Copy 2. 1. Okay, so we've got 0 and 1. We're currently holding 1. If 1 is negative, we want to copy from 0. Right? And then, if that is negative, we want to copy from 0. No, we want to do nothing. If it isn't negative, we want to copy from 1 and outbox. Otherwise, we want to go back to the start. Right. So this is negative, negative, go back to start, because we're not putting... Oh, wait. No. We then want to copy from 1. Why are we even copying from 0? That's irrelevant. Okay, because we only care about that bit. This is just me trying to store state, and I don't need to store state if the instructions are storing state for me. So we're grabbing from 5, and we're outboxing 5. Sorry, we're grabbing from 4 and we're outboxing 4. This is double negative. Okay, cool. If it's not negative, then what we want to do is we want to jump. No. If it's not negative, we copy from... Right, yes. So we're checking 1 right now. Alright. Yeah. Okay. This and this. So, first one. We're grabbing the number. If it's negative, we go, okay, grab the next number. If that's negative, it's 0. Otherwise, it's 5. We're done. That's that. If it's not... So, the next one is, if it's negative, we inbox. So if it's not negative, we know it's positive. Inbox. If that is negative, we copy from 5 and outbox. We copy from 4. Let's see how this goes. 1, it's positive. 8, 0. That's correct. 9, positive. Negative 9, 1. Yeah. So, because we don't need to store state. What? That just broke. Okay, step back and debug. It didn't break there. Okay, let's go back and step through it one by one. So we start off, we're on the positive path, right? And it's not negative, so we get the next one. It's not negative, so we go right. It's not negative, so we jump to the 1 outcome. So the 0 outcome. Okay, next. We have 9. It's not negative, so we grab the next one. It is negative, so we jump to the 1 outcome. That's fine. Next. Oh. What we don't have is from this outcome. Yeah, from this outcome, we don't have a way to go back to the top. We go straight to the next one. So we need another jump statement to go back to the top. And this is why commenting your code could be useful. Not enough stuff in the outbox. Stop and reset. Wait, no. Okay, step back. Why did you skip through a bunch? What have I done wrong? Because you have been dumb very carefully. So 4, negative 4 goes and puts out a 1. That's fine. Jumps back to the start. Negative number. Yep, we check. We're on the negative path. That negative number then immediately skips to the end. So we've got the inbox. It's a negative number. If it's negative, it heads down to here. Yep. Then that takes it down to takes it back to the start. Right. Gotcha. I really wish I could just build a function rather than this list. This single list. But this jump causes us problems because it's in the wrong spot. This jump needs to be at this spot because it needs to be after the last things that take us here. Yes, that makes more sense. Why did that happen? So I had a negative 2. Got negative 2, jumped to there because it's negative. Then checks and jumps straight to the exit. That's not what we want. Okay, so if that number is negative, we want to check the next negative check. What have I done? Ah! Okay. So, this is debugging and not commenting on your code and having a headache. All of these things combine into wonder. So you start. We grab the first item from the inbox. If it's negative, we jump down to here because we don't want to check if it's negative, because we want to skip grabbing the next item from the inbox. Why are we skipping this next check? Right, because this is... okay. first there. 1. Question mark. Wait. Okay. Let's check here. So, firstly, right here, we have question mark, question mark. Okay. So then, at the end of this jump statement, we have negative question mark. Okay. So, if it's negative, it goes here. Then, why is it jumping again? Yeah. We go there. Right? Because on here, at the end of this jump, we have it's negative. We don't know what the next one is. We want to grab it. What is... wow. Ah, okay. Get rid of it. So, this state takes us to here. And this one is in fact positive question mark. Right? Because, and so we're doing this. And we're checking then here. See if it's positive, negative, we want to put out output. Yeah, this goes equals 1. There. That's terrible. But whatever. Then let's just see what we're doing. I've made some minor adjustments and everything is possibly ruined. -1. Also 0. Yep. This should all be zeros. Which actually is a really bad test. Because everything is alike. We're only testing 2 parts. So, I know that the game actually tests your solution against multiple things. So, no, I just had some logic errors. And I keep just using one more command than I meant to. Interesting. Continue to elevator. But that was interesting to try and do. I already did Sabbatical Beach Paradise, though, I thought. No, I didn't. This is where we take a year off and go to the beach. Sweet. Except with everyone else. So I guess it's a company trip. What are they doing about the robots that have been around for at least a year? Okay. Sure. Why not? But robots? Okay. Countdown. Year 19. The year is 19. Welcome back. Tick, tick, tick. Time keeps ticking down. Let's get to work. Oh, yes. I love what you've done with your hair. Oh, yes. Nice. Well put together. Bump. For each number in the inbox, send that number to the outbox, followed by numbers down to or up to 0. It's a countdown. And we've got 2 bump commands. So inbox. And then we want to copy to 0. If alright, down to 0. So do you also want to output 0? If it's negative, we want to bump it down an outbox until it's 0. Otherwise, we want to bump it up until it's 0. So firstly, actually, we'll go if 0. If 0 outbox. So if 0, we want to go right back to the start. Okay. Outbox copy from. And then, so we know if it's 0. Okay. When do we do the next bit? Just trying to keep things up. Okay. If it's positive, we want to bump it minus. We want to do bump 0. So I mean, this is really simple. If it's positive, bump minus 0. Oh, you decrement that. Interesting. Okay. The bump is done to stored commands. I didn't really expect that. And you get the result. Okay. So, yeah, you copy to 0, you get this. So if it is that, so we actually go outbox bump minus 1, 0. That's not ideal. If it's 0, because we got to check it the very first time. Copy to 0, outbox. If it's 0, go back to start. Bump minus 0. Outbox. If it's 0, jump to start. Kind of want to do this. Don't think it's that efficient because you're doing 2 checks. If negative. Thing is, wait, because when you outbox, you lose the box, don't you? Yeah, it clears it. You can't jump to 0. So that means you actually have to... If 0, go back to start. We don't want 0... We do want 0 to go to the inbox. To go to the outbox. There! If 0, outbox, inbox. Yeah. There. Okay. So here is the scenario for to cover 0 coming in. Come in, you grab the first item from the inbox. You copy it to memory. If it's 0, you grab the first item from the inbox. If it's 0, yeah. Ugh, I do not like this, Sam. I am. If it's not 0, if it's negative, you want to bump it up. If it's not negative, you want to bump it down. And then you want to outbox that. And you want to go back to this check for 0. Except, what I kind of want to do, and this is a special case, right? If it's 0 to begin with, because it doesn't say anything about that. So, what we want is at the end of all of this, regardless, to check. And how do we do that? Because, I mean, here you want to check if it's 0. And here you want to check if it's 0. And if it's 0, you want to outbox one last time. In fact, because here you got to copy it. No, you want to check if it's 0 here. And outbox, inbox. Unless you don't have to do that. So let's assume actually that you don't. And see what happens. 2. Outbox. Okay. bump minus 0. That's a logic error, sure. I can't outbox with empty hands. Wait, why am I doing this again? Why am I outboxing here? Because I'm jumping to an outbox command. Outbox. Bump. Outbox. Bump. Oh! Not enough stuff in the outbox. If 0, you go back to the inbox. If not, you go straight to the outbox. Because I missed this jump here. Ah. That's why. Okay, I've totally got to start this again. I just know that I've screwed up some very basic bits. Stop. Yes. Okay. We get our item from the inbox. We copy it to here. This is... We copy it to 0. I just want it to be 0. I always want it to be 0. Okay. Then, if this number is negative, we if this number is negative, we want to increase it. And outbox it. If the outbox it, and then we want to increase it. And then if it's 0, we want to go back to the start. If it's not 0, we want to go back to this bump and outbox. We want to outbox, and then we want to bump, actually. Okay. But if it's positive, we want to decrease it. And then we want to outbox it, and then we want to decrease it. And then, if it's 0, we want to go back to the start. But otherwise, we want to go back to outbox, because we already know it's positive. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So if it's 0, we want to go back to a point where we outbox, and then we want to go back to the inbox. So we want to do something like, I guess, outbox, jump, start. I don't quite get why before I had that 0th step come through. Okay, what happens when we get a 0? Yeah, I wondered about that. If it's negative, we do something. If it's positive, we do something. But if it's 0, And the easiest way to do this, but not the best way to do this, is to just add that check in. There we go. That's totally not a great solution. Yeah, that's 14 commands. I know I have too many jumps. One too many steps. I'm so good at getting that one too many steps. Okay, multiplication workshop. And then we will probably stop for the day. Seems like only yesterday we were learning about adding. Fond memories. We worked so hard back then. For each two things in the inbox, multiply them and outbox the results. Don't worry about negative numbers for now. You got labels. They can help you remember the purpose of each tile on the floor. Just tap any tile on the floor to edit it. So hello and 0. So we want the copy from 0. I don't actually want 0. Multiply them by and outbox the result. So it's great. What we want here is kind of just want to call it A or X. We want I and what we want to do, first things first, inbox. Copy to first item to I. We get a loop. Then outbox, and like these labels are really based on my own internal thinking of how to write an algorithm, which is why I'm still using a placeholder name. Also because typing is a pain when you have to actually draw. So that's why I would use probably something like X here. So X, and I don't know why I went for the more fancy mathematical X. So what we want is we put 2 in I, and then while I is greater than 0, you multiply X. So X equals X plus equals X. So we also want here to be result. Okay, so that's our loop. If I really want if I equals 0, but I can't do that. Okay. So we currently are holding I. We want to grab X. We want to grab I. Sorry. X, copy 2. That one. Okay, so currently holding this. We're currently holding this. If that is 0. Oof. Well, if that's 0, then we just outbox. That's really straightforward. Don't worry about negative numbers for now. They're only going to give me positive numbers. So if it's 0, outbox. What we want to do then is currently at I equals 1. What we want to do is we want... Okay, I'm just going to... no, because copy from is the active component. Oh, for variables that I can actually, like, not have to load into memory, deal with load out of memory. So, grab this. So this is 2, this is 5. Then, what we want to do is we want to add x multiply them. So this is 2 times 5. Add x bump because bump will add to memory. Add x, copy 2, result. Bump minus 1. Bump minus I. If 0, copy from result. Right? Because the result should have our current thing. If it is not 0, then copy from x, add, copy from result, add x, copy to result, then jump to bump I. We also want to copy to result. Okay, let's see how this goes. So you got 2, here's 2. You got 5, here's 5, here's 5. We kick that down 1. Then we get 5, we add 5 and 5, we store it. We kick that down 1, it's 0. So they take that, we put it in the outbox. And then we return to the start. Which is a step that I had missed. So here we go. 6, 3. 3. Take that. 3. 6. 4. 6, 3, 9. 3. 9, 3, 12. 12, 3, 15. 15, 3, 18. 18 goes out. Get the next one. 8, 1, and this is the slowest possible way to do the 8 because if I had an easy comparator, I'd just use the larger number, but I don't. 0, 0. The problem is when the multiplier is 2. Oh, I do just... No, wait. This will just go on forever, unless it has a self-abort. I really want to see. Okay, so there is a point where I check for 0, and we're currently holding X. No, we're currently holding I at the time. So if I is 0, is in fact the only time where this is an issue. So we can do this, and it'll work. It's not the best solution, but it's a solution. And then we can go home. See, yeah, this is not sanity checking its inputs at all. What? How? Wait, why? Let's go back to the start and see what we got here. So we have 9. And we got 2. And it broke because we should have gotten 0. Why should we have gotten 0? What went wrong that things went in the wrong spots? Oh! Oh, I think I know why. Jump if 0. The problem here is actually that okay. If 0, we do that. If negative, there's only one situation where it's negative at this point. If negative, we want to go, we want to outbox 0. Can we just do this then? Because I think actually this will fix that problem. No, it won't. If negative, because the result isn't the problem. If negative, we want to outbox the original value. And if negative is here, so if negative, alright, I'm going to do the really dodgiest one, which is copy from 0, outbox it, and then jump back to start. That's a special case for special things, and there we go. Yep. Nope. Didn't happen. Nope. Alrighty. Does it have a hint or something? No, it just tells me what that means. Cool. Well, that is today's Human Ransources machine. Until next time, I hope you have a lovely day. If you've been enjoying these videos, I'd really appreciate it if you liked, subscribed, left a comment, told me about your interesting program for this. But until next time, bye.